Alessia Cara.
Yes. Hi.
Welcome to San Francisco.
Thank you so much.
It's a pleasure to have you here. You just missed the Super Bowl.
I know. Well, we watched it. We were actually in El Paso, Texas, and we watched it on the screen at like this go-karting place. Yeah. So we still felt like we were a part of it, but not, here.
Totally. Yeah. What did you think of the halftime show?
Oh, it was awesome. I think Bruno Mars is amazing. Coldplay, of course. All of them. And Beyonce. But I was just really, really impressed with Bruno Mars. He just dances. And because he's so small, his movements look even more extravagant and cool. And I don't know. I thought it was a great show.
Right. And so we especially loved it here in the Bay Area because he did MC Hammer's Too Legit to Quit in the background. So everybody just went crazy for it.
Yeah, it's insane. He's so good. So good. And Coldplay, of course, too. Beyonce. All of them. Best combination.
Okay, so you're from Toronto. This is the land of Drake and The Weeknd. What do you think, why is Toronto like all of a sudden the center of the musical universe?
It's crazy. I think, there was always talent coming out of there. You had like just a bunch of artists like Nelly Furtado, like even just Canada in general. I think like Nelly Furtado, Michael Bublé, all these amazing artists for so long. And I think people never really paid attention to us as much, and I think now that people are paying attention, now all of a sudden it's become like this place for music. But I feel like it's always kind of been there. There's been talent from there. But I'm glad to be one of the artists that are coming out of there and making it out and doing cool things. It's
absolutely. Awesome. So the next couple of months are going to be amazing, huge for you. Yeah, go ahead, take some water. It's all right. So you've got the Junos. You've got Coachella just shortly thereafter. Yeah. What did you feel like when you found out you have 4 nominations at the Junos?
Oh my goodness, that was crazy. I didn't even think I would get 1. So 4 was very, very shocking. I really honestly did not think I was going to get 4. And even just performing there, I'm going to be performing, which is even crazier. And I don't know, just to be recognized by my country, such a big event and such a big moment in music is incredible.
If you go to the website, like you are the artist. You're right there. We're just like, oh, there she is.
Wow, yeah, I really did not expect any of that. So it's crazy. It's amazing.
Now, how do you prepare for Coachella? That's a huge festival. What do you do to prepare for that?
Oh my gosh, mentally, there's a lot of mental preparation that goes into it for sure. Especially for me, I've been a fan of that festival for a while, and I've always wanted to go. So my first year going is going to be performing, which is crazy. And yeah, I think you just gotta practice, of course, rehearse, but mainly just mentally prepare, focus, and just be ready to have fun because I think it's going to be a blast.
So while you're not performing there, who do you think will go check out? Who's on your list?
Oh my goodness, probably Sia is at the top. Yeah. I'm obsessed with Sia. I cannot wait. I think we're actually performing the same night, so I'll definitely be there and gonna check her out. She's awesome.
Now, in the past year, what do you think have been? Can you point out your 2 favorite moments from the past year?
2 favorite moments? I guess we'll talk 2015 because of 2016, the tour has been the biggest moment, of course. But 2015, probably Taylor Swift, on stage with Taylor Swift. That was incredible.
She interviewed you.
She did interview.
She's probably doing a much better job than I'm doing right now.
No. She's definitely she just analyzed all the songs, and I sent her the album before it was out so she could analyze it, and she really paid attention, and she was incredible. So that was a huge moment.
Is that crazy? Like having these superstar fans like that? Does that just blow your mind?
It does. Yeah, I didn't even think she would know who I was, let alone just be a fan of what I was doing at all. So yeah, it was really awesome.
Okay, you got one more?
Yeah, one more. Probably. Also, doing Jimmy Fallon was really amazing, too. That was my first TV anything, and I'm such a huge fan of Jimmy Fallon. I remember, 3 or 4 years ago, I did, a little tour with my school around, the NBC studios, and we went to where he filmed Late Night. And I just remember standing on his monologue mark, and I was like, I'm going to be here one day. And then a few years later, I was, so that was a big milestone for me, too.
Do you ever go back and watch your old YouTube videos, particularly Sweater Weather? Do you go back and watch that? And when you do, what sort of emotion, what do you feel when you see that video of yourself?
First of all, sometimes I try to. Sometimes I can't watch the whole thing because I'll just be overly analytical about everything. But I think the first thought is how long my hair was, because my hair was so long. I'd be I look so different. My hair was so long, and my voice changed a lot, and I don't know, it's just weird to see myself in the past doing that. I mean, sometimes I cringe because I wasn't obviously as good as I am now, and I wasn't the greatest guitar player.
I think it was amazing. It really, I watched it over and over. I watched it this morning. It blew my mind. You could release that and it would be a hit.
Thank you. Thank you so much. I mean, I guess I beg to differ a little, only because it wasn't the greatest. I mean, I'm still not, amazing, but I'm a lot better than I was before. So I'm glad that they're kind of in the past.
Listening to your album, my favorite song on there is Outlaws. It's this like updated throwback kind of. It's kind of got like, I don't know, Motown vibe to it. Would you say it's soulful, and where does that come from?
Yeah, I definitely think it's one of the more soulful songs on the album. It has like this, like you said, Motown kind of vibe to it. I think I definitely, I mean, the inspiration, I'm a huge fan of Amy Winehouse, and I love soul music. I love, again, like Michael Bublé and Amy were people that I really, really looked up to growing up, and I'd always wanted to make music like that. But because I have so much, I'm like inspired by pop as well, and I have a lot of pop influence, so a lot of my stuff is very pop, but I really wanted to focus on the soul with that song because I feel like it's such a old school type. Even like lyrically, it's very old school. It's very like, I would do anything for you, this old school love, and I think that the soul would match the lyrics.
Right.
So that's why it is the way it is.
Did you watch the Amy Winehouse documentary?
I did, yeah. I've seen it twice now. It's so sad.
Yeah.
It's such a great documentary, but at the same time, it's like almost like a cautionary tale, especially for an artist like me who's a female and new to the industry. I'm glad that I watched it because it kind of showed me, what path not to follow in the sense of like just your pain and how to deal with your pain. But I think, musically, her path was beautiful. She had amazing music and she was an amazing artist. So,
great.
Yeah.
Do you have a favorite song on the album?
On her album or mine?
On your album.
My album, that's hard. I think
does it vary? Does it like...
It definitely does. Yeah, it always changes.
So what's right now? What's today?
Right now, today, I'm feeling, well, just because we sound checked it and it sounds really big, and I really love Wild Things. I've always been a fan of Wild Things. I mean, I'm being biased because it's my own music,
Sure.
but I'm a big fan of Wild Things right now. I love doing Scars to You're Beautiful as well. And I like singing River of Tears too, because it's a ballad and I rarely do ballads. So
Right.
that's kind of cool to do that on stage. Yeah.
Are you tired of talking about your song here?
You know what? I guess so, but at the same time, not really, because the fact that people want to know about it is just awesome.
Right.
So, I think, even just because it's my billionth time explaining it,
Sure.
it's the person's first time hearing about it. So
I just want to ask you, because I don't want to talk too much about it. I just want to say, like, because it's the story of a wallflower, basically, at a party. And I was just wondering if you read The Perks of Being a Wallflower, or you watched the movie, and that might have been some sort of inspiration, or how'd you feel about a connection being there?
Oh my goodness, yeah. Well, I mean, it was not an inspiration for the song, weirdly enough. But I love that book. It's one of my favorite books, and I love the movie as well.
Yeah.
And it's kind of interesting. Yeah, I think I definitely have a connection with the main character, just because he was kind of kept to himself, especially in the party scene. Emma Watson in the movie. It's very much like that. And I think just like in the book, there are perks to being a wallflower, even in my song, because I think it shows individuality and kind of shows that not everyone likes to do that, but that's okay. So
Yeah.
it's still, there's still a positive in the negative, if that makes sense.
Do you consider yourself to be a wallflower like that?
I think in certain situations, definitely. I mean, not not all the time. My mom's laughing at me on the side. I don't think every day. I don't necessarily think I'm an extremely shy or introverted person all the time. But
You're not coming off that way for sure.
Thanks. Trying not to. I'm getting better. But I think in social situations like parties and things like that, I just completely transform and become like this introvert that I'm usually not, which is kind of weird. So yeah.
Well, thanks for coming to San Francisco.
Thank you for inviting me to. I mean, you didn't physically invite me, but thank you for embracing me.
I wish I would have been the guy, though. That would have been awesome.
Physically, you are the president of San Francisco, and you invited me to come to.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, we hope you come back really soon.
Thank you. Yeah. Are you coming to the show? I hope
Yeah,
you get to watch.
absolutely.
Awesome. Amazing. Good.
Yeah,
Thank you.
it was great meeting you.
Good to meet you too. Thank you so much.